Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Shire Farm. This is a new map out by Flusty94. It's 287.64 megabytes download. It says welcome to Shire Farm, located in the beautiful rolling hills of the Cotswolds. There are 100 collectibles that can be found around this map. The map looks like this. You start with on New Farmer, say easy mode. I'm on normal economy, but the easiest of the settings with all of these. Now, these aren't separate. If I click on any of those to sell, it's 925,826. So on New Farm, you start with all these plots here and the main farm. You start with the biogas plant there, secondary farm there. You start with some sell points down here, and down here we've got the main. What's the word I'm looking for? Main machinery store, fuel point, animal dealer, all those kind of things. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, all of those buildings and everything are still here. You just don't own the land. So as soon as you click on, that, that's going to cost you 925 grand regardless. You can't buy the farm in smaller plots. You can't buy those individually. That being said, field prices are pretty good. I say aren't bad, are pretty good. We've got the forested area there if you want to do a bit of forestry as well. We click off that. There are some warnings, some very stark warnings that are going to come with this map. We'll talk about slot count in a minute, which I think you might have a heart attack when you hear the slot count. But again, yeah, I don't know. This is a bit of a mixed bag, this one. I don't know where to start, really. Okay. It does say everything can be sold individually. The hedges, sheds, trees, and other placed objects. So you can freely build your farm. That's what it says. But like I say, there's going to be a warning that comes with that. Contracts are available. If we come out, this is where we start. This is the main farm. Now, as you can see, we've got the farmhouse there, and our wardrobe trigger is in here, which is where your garage is, which you can open. But then we've got all of this stuff here that's in the way. So this is where you may encounter your first issue. We have got our little John Deere. And where it says you can sell everything individually, if I click on that, it says placed objects, value 500, sell. Now, that doesn't just get rid of that car. That will get rid of all placed objects on the map. Anything placed like that adds all sort of decorative features and stuff will go from the entire map. So be careful. The other thing as well is, if I click on sheds, it says sheds, again 500. Sell. If I sell that, I say that, it doesn't sell one shed. It will sell every single shed on the map. So if you think, oh, I'll just move that shed, get rid of that one because I want to place something else there, it will remove all of them. So just be very, very careful. What I will do, I'm going to show you, but if I come to here, I'm not sure if I'm going to get this just quite right, but if I come to about here, if I do sell everything, it will look a bit like this. Plus, I'm going to show you something we're going to get to in a little while. If you do sell the sheds and all the placeable objects, at one point, it will also remove the lake, which again, I'm a bit puzzled by. It will look like this. So yeah, that's the warnings out of the way. Now you're ready for the heart attack moment. On all three game modes, New Farmer, Farm Manager, Start from Scratch, the slot count is 1,654. You heard it. It's high. We start with an absolute mountain of equipment though. If we go down to here and look at everything we start with, you'll see as we go around, small tractors, we've got an Arian 660. Mediums, we've got an 870 and 830. Large, a 960. This is a class farm, by the way. We've got a Trion 750 harvester. We've got a forage harvester. We've got the Krona Big M450 mower. We've got a wheel loader. We've got a telehandler. We've got a pickup. We've got a couple of trailers, header for the harvester, forage harvester headers. We've got a plough, cultivator. These aren't small things either. We've got seeding equipment, planting equipment, slurry tanks, fertilizer spreader, forage wagon, large baler, bale loader. I mean, like I say, header trailer, low loader, front loader equipment, telehandler equipment, weights, loads and loads of stuff. So you can see why the slot count is high anyway, because of the equipment, but then there's because of the placeables around the map as well. Now, along with the placeables, where it says you can remove everything, you can, including all of the production chains, all the production chains buildings. And while we're on the subject of talking of production chains, if I scroll down on all 3 game modes, you own already all of these productions. We've got a carpentry, cereal factory, grain mill, dairy, 2 biogas plants at the same location, a second carpentry, spinnery, and the stone crusher. Now, the stone crusher we're going to see in a minute. It's not the debris crusher sell point. It's actually one of the stone crushers where you put the stone in and water and it will produce lime. So it's kind of part of the productions. As far as mods go, the map maker has put in, I couldn't find any. So again, be careful, because things like the stone crusher, you can't replace it. I mean, you can if you get a modded one, of course. I thought I would just check everything, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing in particular for landscaping that stands out. All the animal pens are all standard in game. Like I said, if I go into productions and scroll along, the debris crusher's not there. So just, again, be aware of that. I do like the sound effects here. That it's like there's people in the house. I don't know if that's intentional or not. People in the house having a chat. So let's get on with getting around it. That's all the warnings, all the scary bits. We have a chicken pen, 360 chickens available. As we go around, you'll see all the equipment. I really do like the way this farm is laid out. This farmyard, it's really cool. Oh, actually, as well, vehicles and equipment being dirty and that kind of thing. I'm trying to think what one it is I want. There we go. If we go down these and look at some of the hours, the class Trion, 163.9 hours. The class Scorpion, 83.3. The Lizard Pickup, 66.6 hours on it. A lot of the equipment's got a lot of hours. Oh, it's repaired to 100%, but they've got a lot of hours on them, some of these. So they're looking filthy and, need a bit of work and whatever. So there's our stone crusher. Like I said, water in, rocks in, you'll get lime out. Low loader over there. This is one of the cow pens with robot. The robot, again, it's been built in such a way, it's very cleverly done. 240 cows. Well, they will come out into the ground there. These aren't silage clamps, these are just sheds. Large loading wagon, forage harvester with headers. As we come further round, seeders, planters, first of our class tractors, plough, mower, and we've got a workshop trigger just here on the farm. More, it's crazy, isn't it? Look at this. Start with 4 tractors a harvest. I don't think I've ever come across it. This has got to be, of all the maps I've done map tours on FS22, this is the highest slot count for a start, I think. So as we come around from here, we've got our telehandler, our wheel loader, and some gear for those. This is the robot section of the cow pen, and then we've got more gear, jet wash as well. Slurry spreader, slurry tanker, trailers, bale loading trailer, header. We've got a fuel tank that's already got 50,000 litres of diesel in it. I don't think you have to worry for quite some time. Farmer 500 silo, 500,000 litre capacity, 2 large silage clamps, and a manure heap. The mind boggles. Now, some of the collectibles, and that's the other thing as well, I suppose, sorry, another warning. Some of the collectibles, if you do sell all sheds, if you do sell all placeables, it will leave some of those collectibles high and dry, because some of them are on top of buildings and things like that. So again, I suppose, be careful if you want to collect all the collectibles, unless you've got a very long arm on a telehandler or something like that. Now, I'm standing here because if you need to reset something, it's not at the machinery store. It's not in the farmyard. It's in this field. I think it's this one or that one. I think it's this one. I'm just looking at where the location was when pretty sure it's this field here. This is your reset. So if you've got crops in this field, have crop destruction off, because if you reset something, it's going to reset it slap bang onto your field. I can already hear people going, all I'm doing is going around the map, showing you what's here, what's what, and what's been done. How you feel about that is entirely up to you. I'm not saying you've got to play on the map. I'm just showing you what's here and what it's all about. Now, as I said, it's an interesting one in that I say tale of two halves. Things like this yard, I love the way the farmyard's set up. I really, yeah, I do like it. And some of the roads will go along, you'll find are really nice and smooth and flowing. Some aren't. In areas it's really clunky and sharp and angular. Like when you look across the fields, there's real sweeps across all the fields. It's got a real nice feel to the terrain. However, you will see now when we get onto the main road, yeah, you'll see as we go. Well, that kind of indicates the first little bit there, but we're going to go straight across first because we've got down here, I suppose, another kind of farm area really. This is where the pond, lake, I mean I said lake because I think it's just a little bit bigger than a pond. And this as well, we've got large shelter space and stuff here. These are all part of the placeable objects. And the sheds, these will all go as well. You just have to be very careful. Now I don't own any of this land, but I can remove objects. So if I haven't already done it, again, just be so careful. And if you do, like I showed you in that picture, the lake disappears, which I assume it's just all been tied together in the way the system's been set up, rather than individually placed objects. They've all been sort of clumped together. I'm not a coder, I'm not a map maker or a modder. I'm not 100% certain how these things work, so I'm assuming it's all just been kind of lumped into one thing. So we're head west towards the biogas plant. Now this also isn't a map that has a kind of a circuit route, I think is the best way of putting it. When I'll do a route round a map, this is an out and back kind of map. So you see what I mean? It's very, all these road sections are very angular, which is completely opposite to looking across the fields, and some of the roads will go on in a little while aren't. So yeah, and again, I don't know whether that's just the way it's been done or whether this is coding that's come over as it's ported from PC to console. It's happened. I couldn't say. Again, I'm just showing you what's here. So when we get out to the end, we'll head up to the biogas plant. Like I say, you do start with the biogas plant, the land it's on, and there are two 500 kilowatt biogas plants up here, which is interesting. Now these are all parts of placeable objects too. I don't know if you can see some of the collectibles. Yeah, there's one over here. 1,000 for each one. There are 100 to collect. But if all of these go as part of the placeable objects on the map, then you are left with a lot of the collectibles kind of just hanging, I suppose. Right. Continuing on to the biogas plant. It's a bit of a drive up here, we'll get there in a minute. Now when I said about removing everything, when I removed, and I mean everything, I removed all of the buildings, all of the production chains, I sold all of the vehicles, all of the lamp posts, everything I could find that I could sell and get rid of, I did. So if you wanted this as a completely blank canvas map, I mean completely, I got it down to 774. You might be able to get it lower than that. I got it down to 774. So from 1,654 down to 774. So biogas plant, two large silage clamps, and as we get to here, you'll see we've got two kind of exit parts here. If I jump out and turn towards it, I've got bottom right, biogas plant 500 kilowatt, biogas plant 500 kilowatt. And if I click onto here, we've got them both here in our production chains at the side. So, two biogas plants on the same location. Again, I don't think I've come across that before. But what I will show you now on the map is where we are and where we're going to be heading to. So we've come from the main farm here and we came down this road out down to there where the lake is, then back across. That track leads, and we went over that bridge. You can come under and into field 55. We've come out here and we've come all the way up to the biogas plant. Like I say, there's no route across from there, so we've got to come back down and back on the road. So I'll see you in a moment when we're about here heading across the map to the east. See you in a moment. Right then, I meant to say as well, there are no collisions on the hedges, so if for any reason you kind of swerve off the road or you're not going to dump into stuff, that's not to say equipment won't. I know it used to be headers and things like that, bales and things wouldn't go through hedges, but anyway. So as we come down here, let's get the map open again at the bottom. We've got some houses there. These are all part of the placeables as well. If you remove the placeables, all those buildings will disappear too. Forest to the right, if you want to do a bit of forestry. And we're going to get to the first of the, well, this is kind of the industrial state production chains, and we've got another one with sell points mainly. I know the production chains can be sell points, but because we own them all off the start, they're not. But like I said, you can remove all of those, you can sell them, and then place, once if you place new ones, you've bought them anyway, so yeah, I guess you would own them too. So it's a bit of an unusual one, but if we carry on past there, and turn in here, we have got to the right the Class Western garage store. We've got the workshop point just there, and we've got the buy point. There's a workshop. I mean, I suppose we've got two workshops instead of workshops there, one there and one there. Again, oddly, animal dealer is just there. That is the voice pulling livestock dealer. These will also disappear. If you get rid of the sheds and the placeable objects, these buildings will go, but the triggers remain. So the triggers will stay there, but I guess what you could then do is place your own, if you've got a different livestock market or a building you'd rather use in its place or something like that, you could. That's up to you. Fuel station there, and then we've got our, is that fast food restaurant or was that diner? Supermarket. That's the supermarket. Supermarket sell point is just there. Sorry, just have to check my notes. Where is it? Oh, there you go, around the back there. So this is the supermarket. So yeah, if you do get rid of all those, everything goes apart from the supermarket, which you can also sell. If I click on that, we go across to it, we can get rid of it if you want to and put something else in its place. So it kind of, it gives you a lot of options for placing your own things wherever you want to, that you can remove them all fairly easily and get rid of them and place your own. But I guess because of some of the other bits, it just surprised me that it says everything can be sold individually. It's just a bit of a worry really. So as we sweep down here, we've got our sheep pen. I think it's sheep, pretty sure it was sheep pen for no triggers around there. 65 sheep just here. We've got some more sheds and buildings up the top there. Be careful, they will disappear. And if we head right over to the east, we've got Shire grain sell points. Which is just down here. So from here, I'm going to head up to the From here, we're going to head up to, not that I just had a traffic accident or something like that. We're going to head to the industrial park production chains area, and then we're going to head north, pretty much up the middle of the map, to take in a few more as we go. We need to turn just here. So, to our left we have got carpentry, we have got cereal factory, we've got the grain mill, we've got the dairy, and we've got the biomass heating plant, all here. And then if we head north, we will come to, I think it's Shire allotments. There's a sell point tucked away amongst some houses. So just through there, again, these will all go. These are all part of the placeable objects, but just through to the back there, we've got Shire allotments sell point. Carrying on, I say north, I suppose, north-west-ish. And this is what I mean, these roads here, all of this is all very sweeping. I don't know if it's just the actual terrain pieces, the road sections that have the white lines and stuff on them, whether they're harder. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not a map maker or a coder or anything like that, but So as we come out here, we come to more sell points, and the second of the carpentries that we own as well. So to our left we've got carpentry. No, we haven't. We've got farmers market. Farmers market first, fast food restaurant, then carpentry, and spinnery, which we also own. So carpentry and spinnery just here, production chains that we own. We've then got pizzeria, carpentry, restaurant, then pizzeria, restaurant there, then pizzeria. All blocked into one place. So we've come all the way along there. We did the machinery store, animal dealer, fuel point there, sheep pen there, and then Shire grain. Then we did the production chains there and headed up, Shire allotments there, and we're now here at this cluster of sell points and a couple of production chains that are just there. Now we're going to head up to farm number 2, I guess. I mean, the sheep, I suppose, technically could be farm number 2, but this is sort of a slightly larger proposition, which also has a silo. And this is part of the land that you start with a new farmer for 925 grand, but you would have to buy on the other 2 game modes. So the last of the points we're going to be looking at up here. Stop there very quickly and whiz into here. We have got horses, horse pen for 14 horses. Actually, I'll do the rest on foot, I guess. Right here, but I suppose I'm going to try and look. Loads more shed space. As we come into the yard, to the left we've got another Farmer 500 silo, 500,000 litre. We've got a diesel tank which is empty. I think it's another, might be another 50,000 litre, I think it is. Yeah, another 50,000 litre, but that one's empty, whereas the other one's full. Actually, we'll do the rest on foot. And then we've got 2 pig pens that will hold 270,000 litres each. The trigger for this one being at this end. And these are standard in-game ones, so your feed triggers and your slurry points are exactly the same. As you can see, slurry point this end. And then because this one's obviously around the other way, so your dialogue box is that end with your slurry point there. Dialogue box is that end with your slurry point there. Might as well grab it while I'm here. Nice to have a bag of sand in your pocket, isn't it? And that's the map. We've come all the way up to the top here. We've been around the whole lot. I'm just looking down at my notes. Make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't think I have. Reset, yeah, infill. Talked about that. Everything, yeah. The hours on the equipment. I'm pretty sure I've covered most stuff, if not all of it. Hopefully I have. And that's the map. That's Shire Farm by Flusty94. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape, form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.